forever, my man. Oh yes, so run no me wanna wash nana. Forever, my man. Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. The spirit of Biafra is upon me. That is why I am offering this song to our Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. In Urobo dialect and Isoko. Lucky star is sinking and sinking Udogu, Biafra. Amorotomo agbada bururu. Amorotomo agbada bururu. Excellency Simon Ekpa. Yeruwe yo witruwe salute. Mistoko with the sado. The freedom you brought to do well for us. Puro Mistoko with the sado. No. Amaru Tomo Agbada Guru. PM Simon Joko. You have done so much for us. I am shedding tears of joy. Your tide cannot be seen easily. I search around the whole world, the greatest freedom fighter. We, the Robo, we appreciate you awesome. Worry sister say you are so good, you are so wonderful. Clara Dimu say you are so good. Oh, Amarutamo Agbada. Helen Peter say you are so good. That is the truth. Patricia Robo say you are so good. Amarutamo Agbada Guru. Soko with the sado. What a wonderful man. The good guy. It's only the food that we hate him. And I know those who are sitting at the fence in this Biafra struggle, they will not learn. Maybe they will learn in the grave. Urobisoko with the sado. The freedom you brought to do well for us. Worry sister say you are so good. Urobisoko with the sado. Paradim say you are so good. Anna Wabadaguru. Amarotomo Agbadaguru. Amarotomo Agbadaguru. Urobisoko with the sado. Urobisoko with throw a salute. Even lucky star, it is say do. You do well, it is say do. Bricky star, you do well, we salute you, we throw a salute. Patricia Urobo say you are so good, you are so good. Amaru Tomo Agbada Guru. I am in tears of joy For your good one cannot be quantified. Oh, Amorotomo Agbadaguru. Ewo, Isuko Bidise.
I want those of you who are hardcore, those who were chosen before you were born. There were some people who were chosen before they were born to agitate for Biafra restoration. This is the message for you. Those who from their mother's womb were born. Do this very well. You must be very, very strong.
When the Moroku, Nijimwero Mekumu Biafra. When the Siputa, Makamwero Mekanyinaga. Biko Kulien, Okeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Okeruo.
Oh, when the Moroku, Makamwero Wangi. Oh, when the Muruchekwa, Makamwero Wewu Biafra. Biko Kulien, Okeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Okeruo. The spirit of Biafra, Biko Kulien, Okeruo. When the Biafra Gideon, Biko Kulien, Okeruo. Oh, Amadike no na donjon, Unukebweki Eremeyae. Bodike, Mosike, Rurajovalike. Biko Kulien, Okeruo. Biko Kulien, Iye Jamalike, Okeruo.
The Prime Minister of Biafra Republic government in exile, Master Simon M. It wants to smooth the street Gabaniru Naibu. They brought it out from my Ebudo. Oh, Guinea. Master Simon M. Emesu Wokokwere, Onyendu. Iye Jamalike, Imokwa Simon M. Iye Jamalike, Simon M. Atakatabo. Ojuda Kwenyi, Mwiweronye Ndukine Betata. I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back. I will follow you, Mwa Prime Minister Weronye, Aniga Wanuga, I will follow you, Anina, I will follow you, I will follow you, Mwa Simon Weronye. The question is this. If Nigerian government failed to organize referendum for children of Biafra, are you ready to lead us to do anything in order to get freedom from Biafra? And I'm going to be number one to follow you. If you are looking for 100 men, you will find 50 in me. Okwe Bucharangwe, Master Simon Epa, or Guinea.
Master Simon Epa, Biko, GC, Kaka, Noku. Atakata kaina boki Ojuda uweyi Nkwibolonye ndukine menata I am 50 men, oh yes, and I said bros I will follow you, I will follow you, I will follow you, never look back I will follow you, Mpa Prime Minister Weronye Aniga Wanuga I will follow you, Anina I will follow you, I will follow you. What's Simon Weronye? Oh, Madike Biafra, Dahi Boroga Biarole. Iye Jamadike, Biafra Republic government Awutie. Iye Jamadike, Commander General Lefweshiri. General Buduso, Zona Atakatawo. The Holy Ghost, Okunyendu Borokunu Nazatata. Biko Kulien, Okeruo. Biko Biafra. Wero putara ni onye ndu. Simon Eba.
Witness me. I want to remain in the spirit because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy on us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain, because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoto. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
Biafra Republic! Biafra Republic!
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me on this morning section. Wherever you are watching me from, if you are watching me from any part of the world, from Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Canada, New Zealand, you are watching me from Russia, from China, from Israel, whichever part of the world you are watching this program, I welcome you and I thank you for being part of this morning section. Wherever you are connecting from, I thank you for being part of the program. If you are not there, I won't be here. As you have joined, please like and share the program on your platform. Like and share the program to family and friends. Like and share the program to anyone that you can be able to reach out to, so that we can get this information across. I welcome every one of you. For those who are joining us on this very platform for the very first time, I want you to know that this platform where you are watching this program is a platform that is under the Biafran government. A platform under the command of the Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, and of the Supreme Command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. In this very platform, wherever you are watching from, either on TikTok, on YouTube, or on Facebook, we are hosting this very program on the Bihaba channel on YouTube. That is the only place you can be able to join me on stage by clicking the link and you join us. You click the link, you come in. But I want you to know that in this platform, we do not come here to instigate violence. We do not come here to preach hate. We do not come here for saga. We don't come here to attack individual or persons. We do not come here to attack any race or religion. We are strictly here to talk about the freedom of the Biafran people. We are here to expose all the atrocity of the Zoological Republic against the Biafran people. We are here to encourage Biafrans to continue to hold on to their legitimate right to freedom. We are here to expose all the evil that enemies are doing against us. If you are standing against our restoration, against our freedom, we are going to stand against you. And whatever we are going to say on this platform, you will not like it because it's going to be against you. If you are one of those who is fighting hard to keep us down, to make sure that our voice is not heard, I bet you by the time you come across this very platform, your life will never remain the same. In this platform, we are very straightforward and we do not come here to be politically correct. We say things the way they are, bringing the exact information to the whole world. As we all know, a lot is going on in Biafran territory. The Zoological Republic of Nigeria, more especially, have declared war on Nigeria, on Biafran people as we speak. There is war going on in Biafran territory, and nobody is reporting it. You will not see it in their conventional media. You will not see it in the international media. They gave a blackout to what is happening in Biafra land today. And for us, Biafrans, we cannot keep silent. This was what they did in 1967. In 1967, we had a blackout in Biafra land. That was why the world did not notice why genocide was going on in Biafra land. what they call Biafran war in Nigeria was a pure genocide, where more than 5 million people lost their life, and majority children and women. Not in the face of the war, they were starved to death. It is on record. The whole world knows it. But up to this moment, the people who participated actively in that very evil has not been punished. Instead, they are being celebrated in Nigeria and across the world. Most of the people who were active players in that genocide are still being celebrated across the world. They are being given position, even in the United Nations and all whatnot. People who have participated actively in that genocide. That is the double standard of the world. And that is why we, the Biafrans, can no longer keep silent and be waiting for a Messiah to come from somewhere and save us. We have decided to take our own fate into our own hands and save ourselves. That is why we will continue to speak and shout on top of our voices. It does not matter what the enemies are saying. It doesn't matter what they believe. It doesn't matter how you feel about us. We don't care anymore. Gone are the days when we were trying to please people. We are trying to speak in a language that people begin to accept us. We were trying to make people like us. We were trying to make people love us. We are no longer in that era. We are no longer in that era where we will try to please people. As it stands today, in 2024 September, it is Biafra first. Whatever you are doing and Biafra is not first in it, our interest is not protected, we don't care. We don't give a hook about you. And we don't care how you feel. In our pursuit for freedom, we don't care how you feel. You are not going to direct us or teach us how to fight for our freedom or how to demand for our rights. You are not going to teach us that. It is in our hand to take decisions and do what we have to do to be free. That is exactly what we are doing today, and that is where we are. On today's program, if you want to join me on stage, it is not compulsory that you must be a Biafra. Even if you are not a Biafra, you are from other part of the world or any planet, as long as you are human, you are welcome. Even if you are one Nigerianist or one of the IPOB Nigeria, feel free to click the link and come in and ask your questions. Settle your debates. Whatever you want to say, whatever you want to ask, come in and ask. We will respond to you. The only thing we ask is that when you are coming into this program, which is being held on David Hubbard channel on YouTube, David Hubbard channel on YouTube. Once you get into the program, please make sure before you come in that you are properly covered. Cover yourself properly, because we cannot be able to admit mad people into our program. The whole world is watching. The Prime Minister of Biafra is watching, and the members of the cabinet are observing us. So we need to represent and represent very well. We can't build another zoo. If you want to join us on this platform, on David Hubbard on YouTube, make sure you cover yourself properly. You cannot appear on our program naked. You must cover yourself properly. And while you are on the program speaking, please try to keep your words in a civil manner. Make your speech in a civil manner. Make your argument in a civil manner. Ask your question in a civil manner. Whatever you want to say in this platform, do it in a civil manner so that you can pass that information effectively for others to digest and respond to you. Whether you are a Biafran or non-Biafran, each time you are speaking on our platform when you join us, please keep your words civil. Speak in a civil manner. The whole world is listening. We don't come here to curse out people. We don't come here to insult. We only tell you the real truth and nothing but the truth. It doesn't matter how you feel. If you feel you can't handle it, it's up to you. You can do whatever you like. It's up to your own wish. But for you to direct us or make us try to twist our word to make you happy, or you want us to twist our word to make you love us, that was in the olden days. Not anymore. We no longer care about anybody except ourselves first. We put our life first, put our freedom first. Everything that has to do with us today is Biafra first. So whatever you are discussing with us on this platform, in asking your question or whatever, if you make it in a selfish manner that you remove Biafra from it, we are not going to entertain that. We will not. We will respond to you accordingly. So my fellow Biafrans that are watching and people of the world are watching, the floor is open for anybody who wishes to join us on this platform today, to join us on the discussion. Come in, join us, ask questions, and we are going to respond. Yesterday, as you all know, was a very, very, very important day. Our Prime Minister once again came out and spoke. you know that each time our Prime Minister comes out, there is always a bombshell, there is always a direction, there is always a revelation that comes in. That is why I urge people, each time the Prime Minister is on X, whenever you hear that it's live, please go and watch. If you cannot follow up the program live, because I know that so many of us are scattered across the world and we have different time zones. At the time that he's broadcasting, you might be sleeping. Some might be at their work. Some might be in various places. Each time you heard that you see any program, you come across any video that is a broadcast from our Prime Minister, please take your time and watch it. It is revealing. It is revealing. If you are following up on those programs, you will never be confused, you will never be distracted, and you will not be deceived. That is why it's important. And yesterday, as always, our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, was on Twitter Space yesterday, and he made an amazing and powerful revelation. As always, it was amazing. Every one of us who was part of that program, you must have learned a whole lot from that program yesterday. And we appreciate our Prime Minister. We pray that Chukwu Okike Abiama will continue to guide and protect him, secure him, give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. If you are watching us from TikTok or you're watching us from YouTube, you're watching us from Facebook or TikTok, unfortunately, you cannot join us on stage. But if you have a question, type your question. Once you type your question, if I see your question, I am going to respond to your question. Type it. Once I see your question typed, I will definitely respond to you. But those who are joining us on YouTube, you can use the link, come in and ask your question, make your contribution, say your prayers, and play your own role while the gospel is going on. It is our responsibility to evangelize. This evangelism is a responsibility that lies on the shoulder of every single Biafran. It is so important. Media is so important because we know what we suffered in 1967 because of media. Because of the media, lack of media in 1967, that was why we lost huge number of people without anybody coming to our aid, and nobody talked about it up to today. Genocide was committed against the Biafran people. The second after Holocaust. There has never been any. The highest after Holocaust, another genocide that follows is the genocide against Biafran people. But nobody had been held accountable up to this day. The people who were active participants in that very genocide are still being celebrated. Now you understand how painful it is for the Biafrans. You will never know how we feel. You will never understand what we are going through unless you are a Biafran. Except you are a true Biafran, you can never understand the feeling of a Biafran. That is why when you see some of the idiots, they come out and tell you, were you born during the time of war? You are not during the time of war, you're not seeing war. That's a joke. We have seen more than the war. Even those of us who were not born during the war, we are feeling it much more heavier than you can ever imagine. The wound is everywhere around us. Anywhere we look, we see the wound of the war. It is very difficult to forget that every day the Zoological Republic called Nigeria throw it at your face. How can you forget? How can you forget? Every day they remind you how they starve your children, your mothers to death. Every day they threaten you and tell you that they're going to do it again and again. The torture alone, the mental torture that the Biafran people are facing in the present day is unimaginable. And I bet you, under the command of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, it is a different ballgame. We are going to feed you with the same cup you fed us. We are going to speak to you in a language that you will never, ever, ever understand until you meet your maker. That is where we are today. And there is no going back. And I have chosen a topic today which says, make haste while the sun shines. Freedom can't come from Nigeria, but from diaspora. That is the bitter truth. Make haste while the sun rises. Make haste while the sun shines. Make haste while the sun is shining. Freedom can't come from Nigeria, but from diaspora. The bitter truth. I want you to digest it for us. Make haste while the sun shines. If you are a Biafran, this is the time for you to rise up. If you are a Biafran from the old southeastern region, which is today's present south-south, southeast, lower Benue and lower Kogi, if you find yourself in this territory and you are still sleeping, I am sorry. Good luck. If you are in this region and you are still sleeping, pretending not to know what is happening, you are ignoring the call. You are ignoring the call to stand up for yourself. I am sorry for you. It is going to be too late when you wake up. You better make haste while the sun shines. This is the time you must have to rise up. As we are approaching the declaration of the restoration of the independent state of Biafra, which is going to take place by December 2nd. If you have not yet tightened your belt, please tighten your belt. If you have not started playing an active role, start playing an active role now. Don't wait till tomorrow. If you are still one of those who is waiting and thinking that, oh, later you're going to do it, I am sorry. I'm sorry for you. What is going to come after you, you cannot be able to handle it. Make haste while the sun shines. And I want every Biafran that is watching this program, or the one Nigerians that are there, or anybody that is watching us from any part of the world, our land is under occupation by Nigerian government. And we cannot get freedom inside Nigeria. It is not possible. As far as African country is concerned, you cannot get freedom inside Nigeria. It is impossible. Freedom is going to come from the diaspora, and it is on its way coming. It is going to come from diaspora. Just like our Prime Minister, have explained yesterday, freedom that you are looking for, you cannot get it from the zoo. If you don't know it now. It is a hard truth to swallow. That is why we are different. We say things the way they are. The freedom you are looking for, you cannot find it in the Zoological Republic. That is why we have to take it from diaspora and bring it home. We know the Pharaoh we are fighting. We know the Pharaoh we are fighting. We know their attitude. You can see that even people who are trying to change their status quo under the same one Nigeria, people who are trying to ask for their better idiotic Nigeria, you see how they are being treated. You see how they are being treated. They open fire on them. Many of them lose their life. Many of them are in jail. People who are asking for a better zoological republic for themselves, not for us. You see how they are treated. Then you that is asking for a sane country, the kingdom of Chukwukabiam on the planet Earth, and you think you can get it inside Nigeria, a dreamer, that's what you are. You are a deceiver. You are even worse than the Fulani because you don't know what you're saying. The freedom that we deserve, that we desire, that we ask for, is going to come from diaspora. And today, it has been handed over to us in a platter of gold. What are you doing as a Biafran? Under the command of our Prime Minister, a man that was born for this mission, trained for this mission, in all ramifications. He was born and trained for this mission. And when the time was due, he took up the mantle. And today, if you are thinking there is someone somewhere that's going to save you, you are a dreamer. Just as Master Simon, the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, have said, that he is going to finish what our eternal leader Din Odumegwu started. There is no handover on this mission, this day that we are in. Look at the process that will pass. Eternal leader fought gallantly, and we were able to sustain for 3 good years. And when it was time to hands off, he hands off. Uwazirike took up the battle. Uwazirike kept it alive for some time. And Uwazirike was defeated, corrupted, and he left the stage. Our supreme leader, Mazen Nanikan, came on board, did amazingly well. The awakening was marvelous. unquenchable awakening. And everywhere was bubbling. Not only to the Biafran, every indigenous person in the zoo stood up for their rights. It was marvelous. That is why they are so scared of him. Even when he's not using anything, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu used only the microphone, only his speech, to tear the zoo into pieces with truth. That is why they are so scared about him. Today you see them talking about Mazen Nnamdi. Oh, a good man. But when he was in the free world to speak, his word was stronger than a sword. His speech was like a fire burning them. Today they have caged him. And they say, oh, he's a peaceful man, he's that, he's that. And when they removed him, it was the time. The time was due for the new dimension. And I bet you, that new dimension, he himself, Mazen Nnamdi, knew that he has done his own job. He knew that he had done his own job. He completed his assignment. That was when he came in contact with the new dimension, he did not hesitate to announce it. When Mazen Nnamdi came in contact with new dimension, immediately he didn't wait for approval. That is why you see this department of saboteurs. These idiotic people that call themselves Department of Saboteurs. They say Mazen Nnamdi did not take permission. He brought Mazen Samadego from the back door. Idiotic idiots. They were expecting him to come and hold a meeting for them so that they will stop him the way they stopped other people. They were expecting him to come and seek permission so that they will stop him the way they stopped others. The way they chased away every single faithful man that came to work with Mazen Nnamdi, these criminals drove them away. There are many, very many of them who thought that IPOB was a business. They thought that getting freedom is coming online to say, all hail Biafra, all hail Biafra. Every day you carry flag, they shoot you, you take video and you post. They thought that is how to get Biafra. And when they see somebody who has a roadmap, who has something to offer, their body begin to shake. That is a very evil witchcraft spirit. Something you don't know. When you see somebody who knows more than you, you should be very happy that finally, Chukwu Okikadon have brought somebody who will lead you and teach you what you do not know. Sensible people. When you see somebody who, let me tell you, if you want to grow, you do not associate with people who you are better than. You associate with people who are better than you. That is how to get quick growth. If you are in business, you see somebody who is doing well in business, you get closer to that person who is doing very good. In that same business you're doing, to know the secrets of what he's doing. Then you apply his own technique and then add your own. That is how to explode and do exploit, not by being jealous. When you see somebody who is progressing in a business and you kill that person without even knowing the secret of the business, you will still remain stagnant where you are. You can't even progress. But when you watch closely, associate with yourself the people who knows better than you, you are going to learn a lot. And I bet you by the time you learn from them, you will add your own little sense you have and you will even do much better than they did. But this witchcraft who surrounded Mazen Nnamdi didn't have that vision. They are contented with being a boy. Obi is a boy, Obi is a boy. Mazen Nnamdi did evangelism for more than a decade. And the evangelism era finished. Finished. Mazen Nnamdi finished evangelism and he stamped it. Even he made a broadcast and told us, I am tired of broadcasting. It is still there. He made a broadcast and said, I am tired of broadcasting. I want to go and fight for my nation. When it was obvious that the idiotic people who surrounded him has nothing to offer. Came out and made a profound statement, and yet some idiotic people continue to dance right, left, and center. If you are a Biafran and today you are still confused, no, that is what I will tell you. We don't have time for you. You better go back and learn. I know there are so many people that joined even from the time of Mazen Samadego. If you are not a student from the beginning, you might be confused. No problem, but you should lecture yourself. That smartphone you are using to watch us, you can use to do a lot for yourself and educate yourself. Don't tell me that somebody is deceiving you. You have right. Including what you are hearing on this platform, verify it, apply verification. Our Prime Minister, when he speaks, he will say, go and verify. Go and verify. We are not telling you not to ask. Go and ask anybody who wants to verify. That is why everything in the struggle today, once he finishes it, he will put it, the whole world will see it. Go to his platform. Go to our Prime Minister X. Go to X and type Simon Ekpa. You will see the verified account with the blue. Simon Ekpa verified. Go there. You will see every single thing verifiable. And I go and ask. Go and verify. That is what he's doing. My fellow Biafrans, a word is enough for the wise. We have a lot to talk today. And my beloved brother, Solomon, is there waiting. Go on, my beloved brother, speak to Biafrans. Let us pick it up from there.
My brother, good morning from my side here. I hope I'm coming out loud and clear.
Loud and clear, my brother. Go on.
Okay, thank you. First of all, let me appreciate you for the life and the security and the good health have granted us, and we were able to see a beautiful day. I thank him for protecting each and every one of us, mostly our leader, Mazen Nandekano, and our PM, and all the Biafra government in exile, the ministers and the medias. Even our chief of staff that went to South Korea on a peaceful journey concerning our cry, our yearning of freedom. I say, may he continue to prosper each and every one of us in anywhere we are, that the enemies and those that are willing to hear our voice will hear our voice and respond accordingly. May he may help continue to be glorified in our life forever and ever. And my brother, as a zoo change their national anthem, I want to sing my own national anthem. Meet me in no verse. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior. Holy, 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 Nnamdi Kanu is another Savior. Now, I preach to support the Biafra government in exile and homeland, because they are the people that are defending me, fighting for my freedom. My loyalty goes to our Prime Minister and the Biafra government in exile and homeland. I pray to support them, spiritual and physical, and pray for them for the success and the freedom of Biafra. I pray that every information they give to me, I will use it accordingly and obey their instruction. Will they mean good for me? So help me to go about putting here in there. He said, my brother, a new dimension. Not always I will come with an old pattern. I will be changing things to let the world know that we that are in the homeland are receiving the good news. And we will let them know that the Biafra government in exile and homeland are doing us well. And them that are outside will confirm it through our sister, Amaka, and what happens recently. And other numerous achievements and progress our government is making. Yes, it is quite obvious and clear for a layman to understand, if that person is willing or his conscience is clear, that the people that surrendered our leader then was a criminal. They no meant good for us. That was when our leader was asking Chukwu Abiyama, say, I need men. And Chukwu Abiyama showing him that men is there, but there are many things that will be get out of the way so that for the men to come. Because there's no way you can bring a Fanta and bring a Coke and mix them together. It will look like Fanta again. No, everything will turn black automatically. That's why Chukwu Abiyama quietly allowed these people to do their wish. Not that our leader didn't know that this thing that happened to him will happen. He knows. But he accepted it for this new dimension to appear. And today, here we are. And today, look at where the struggle has gone far. We are no longer struggling again. We are no longer a movement again. We are no longer a group again. We are now government. And they manifested in Canada towards our sister. Government to government affair. Government to government interaction. Government to government discussion. Government to government attention. And the thing done accordingly. And the Canada government respected it. So anyone that is coming on social media talking nonsense, that one is on his own. I saw some of their elite useless people was talking about nonsense, saying our PM doesn't have a homeland, doesn't have this, doesn't have that. And I like one of the response one of our brother give to him. He said that if our PM doesn't have land and a homeland or relative or anything, that means it's a Melchizedek had come from heaven. So I like that response to that idiot that I was talking that nonsense. I know that it was the other woman that said that thing. That one left for him and his God. But one thing is certain, we have able men that once upon a time they will respond accordingly and give them with the fact that they cannot be able to dismantle. That young man give that idiot the fact that he cannot be able to comprehend, even as in 100 years to come. You are looking to the relative our PM to do what? You are looking for her village to do what? You see that these people, their heart is desperately wicked and evil. That is why our PM and our leader said that if you want to be a Biafran, you must surely be pure. Now PM said it, he cannot sabotage me and succeed. And our leader said that it's neither you are white or you are black. Even it's in the Bible. He said, you're neither warm or you're cold. I will spit you out of my mouth. So you see that what we are doing today is according to this scripture. It's not that you are for the real or you are fake and they get out of the way. And today, each and every one of us have seen the fallen angels, so-called the freedom fighters. The real one are taking the stage. And the progress have been made, spiritual and physical. But up to now, Zoo government are now start to lead accordingly. That ladies, our people ladies some time ago, the Zoo media reported it accordingly. Although they put on this the offensive word, but we don't care. But they mention Biafra Liberation Army. I was so happy for them to mention Biafra Liberation Army. That means it's no longer ESN again, according to them. They now come understand the people that are handling them. So they are not that thing that they are calling. So I'm happy for them to mention the news, even though they have those their normal words, they normally put. But that was not my business. But what gives me joy that they mentioned Biafra Liberation Army. Automatically, I was well comforted. The Johnson, because I now come to understand that the game has changed. So, my brother, let me come away forever because I see that the studio, our people are coming up in the studio so that we can welcome them. Opportunity to come again, I'll still contribute. Thank you from my side here, my brother.
You're welcome.
My Biafra government in the all the cabinet members and the social media, I support you people. Carry on. Nothing do you people.
Thank you so much. You're welcome. Thank you so much. My beloved sister, Mary Telcam, thank you for joining. I appreciate you. You're welcome. Thank you so much. I can see Gabriel Isaac. Are you there? It's like, Gabriel, you're having a network problem. Are you there, Gabriel? Gabriel Isaac, you're having a network problem. Maybe you can go out and come back again. Let's see if you can be able to connect. All right, you go out and come back again. So we'll see how you can be able to connect. You're welcome, my beloved sister Mary. Just give us a short greeting before we now proceed.
Thank you very much. Good morning, big brother. Good morning, our brother. Good morning, Biafrans. Good morning, our leader. Good morning, Itiare Kondo. Yes, Biafra, we are here again. Thank you for you people having me. I'm so lucky to meet you this morning.
Yes, glad to have you.
Yes, we are here to take by force, by power, now our nation. We are going to show through government. We don't have time anymore at all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, my beloved sister. I appreciate you for that amazing introduction. And we are going to fire it on. And before we go further, I want to play a particular video. Let's use this video to anchor our discussion. There are two videos I'm going to play, but I don't know. Okay, let me play this one first of all. let us capture the discussion from there, because, you know, more especially, I think our supreme leader is going to be going to court this month. He's going to be in court this month. So a lot of discussion has started already. You know, the zoo, whenever it's going to court, they will try to create narrative. They will try to create some narrative to drag attention, or to create narrative to direct the lawyers or the judges of what they're going to do. So in as much as they want to do that, we will always be watching and following up. And our Prime Minister has also encouraged us to also follow up and listen to them. We don't have to attack any media except Arise TV, Channel Television, NTA, and which other one again he mentioned. So the rest of them, we can just listen to them and hear what they have to say. But we have come today to push it on. Everybody have to know that we have to make haste while the sun shines. Biafra is coming from diaspora, not from Nigeria. Nigeria will never give you freedom. You can't get freedom from Nigeria. It is coming from diaspora. Let us watch and hear what these people have to say.
So I want us to make sense of the fact that if you take out these two individuals who are possibly causing the, according to you, causing the insecurity.
Now they are talking about our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because they feel that these two people are the problem. And the man who is a presenter there is asking them, if you take out these two people now without solving the problem, do you think that you can stop Biafra? Do you think that will end the whole issue? So let us watch their discussion, and from there we can now proceed.
In the southeast, Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa. Do you think their disciples will not replace them? Short of taking out the root cause of the insecurity.
Yeah,
that is my concern.
I agree with you.
Because if you take, like, when Nnamdi Kanu was there, Simon Ekpa was more like at the back door.
Exactly.
He wasn't calling the shots until Nnamdi was taken out of the scene. Now we see somebody who has more drive, you know, who is probably more aggressive than the Nnamdi Kanu. And you say, if we take him out, has he solved the problem in the south? That is what I want us to work around.
I agree with you. I think that, first of all, just like Mr. Fatuke said earlier, you know, I think Nnamdi Kanu is close to being, I think he will be released, you know, because for me, in my opinion, the rhetoric has been toned down significantly. Nnamdi Kanu will be an asset to the Nigerian.
You see this nonsense this man is saying here. This is one thing I want us to look into, what the idiot is saying. This man is saying that Nnamdi Kanu is going to be an asset to Nigerian government. You see what these people are dreaming of? That Nnamdi Kanu is going to be an asset to Nigerian government. I don't know where they're getting, but you know, sometimes we don't have to respond to these things. Let us watch them and hear what they want to say. But I want to tell them that Biafra is bigger than anybody. And for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that we know, he has made a profound statement about the restoration of Biafra, and there's no going back. He himself said, anytime he stopped pursuing Biafra and he changed, if you are the next person closer to him, take him out. It's a direct instruction. But these people, they will always try to paint their own picture to make themselves happy. Let us hear what this man is saying.
Close to being, I think he will be released, you know, because for me, in my opinion, the rhetoric has been toned down significantly. Nnamdi Kanu will be an asset to the Nigerian state if they handle him well in dealing with the insecurity in this. So it partially speaks to what you are trying to talk about. If Nnamdi Kanu is harnessed as an asset of the Nigerian state, this thing will disappear. If they release him and there is some sort of understanding between himself and the people that are involved, this issue will disappear. Simon Ekpa is a different phenomenon. The guy is out there claiming responsibility for violence, and he must be apprehended by the Nigerian state and brought to book. Then, you see, the other issue you are talking about, the underlying agitations. How do you want to deal with this? I have said repeatedly, there are deep-rooted, deep-seated feelings of agitation, of injustice. You know, you listen to the average Igbo person, even those that are completely against the activities of IPOB in whatever coloration. And you see that there's something there is pain. The Nigerian state must deal with that pain. And the only way to do that, in my opinion, is to unpack the issues. And let's have a conversation about it. I keep saying this. The same way that Buhari gave June 12, made it a public holiday, and apologized. The Nigerian state apologized to the Abiola family. That did a whole lot in calming frayed nerves in certain quarters. I think if something similar is done with the issue of the agitation, the war, the civil war and all that, we will begin to make progress. But the current issues, we do need to deal with the leadership. Whoever is claiming responsibility, they must be dealt with. Otherwise, you will be papering over the cracks. But, to deal with the underlying issues is to take time. And it takes courage. And to be honest with you, I'm not holding up any hopes that whether this administration or anyone soon will be able to confront that issue with honesty and deal with it. So, but with time, I hope that we'll get there.
All right, Mr. Akin, do you share the same opinion on this issue, or do you have a diverse opinion?
As a historian, I'll tell you don't know where things will stop. And you're saying marginalization. Is there a part of Nigeria that's not marginalized? Except if you are in the presidency, a turn-by-turn kind of situation. Are you saying? Are you saying? If you talk, I know you won't allow me to land. Please be fair. Be fair. I talk Nigerian. I'm not partisan.
Mr. Aki, sometimes we don't have to be politically correct. We have to look at
the
issues.
The point I am making to you,
because if you talk about marginalization in the presidency, Southeast will.
I want everybody to pay attention to this Afonja that is talking now. Because, it is always interesting that at least somebody is today challenging them, even in the open, in their media, when they tell some lies. When they come to pretend and try to be politically correct, somebody is there challenging them today. It has not been happening. But I thank God that the narrative is changing. Because for a very long time, we have left the media in the hand of the Afonja. They are in charge of the media. They create any narrative they want. They create anything and tell you. And people buy into it. Anything they like, they form it, they create it, and they push it out. And the funny thing is that we help them to share it. Just like our sister Amaka, who they wanted to kidnap. If not the way the Biafran people responded, it would have been a different thing. And you see that the game has changed. When the game changed, they are not reporting it to. No media today is reporting about the changing of the game. They don't want they want that case to die like that. None of them is talking for the fact that that woman is being sued. What did they call that Diaspora, whatever they call her? She is sued. She's in court today because of that very issue. But they don't talk about it. They pretend, all is well. But when it is something that is against us, they will use their media to push it and promote it and go, and nobody cares. But I thank God today, at least they are having some few media that are being neutral and they can challenge them in the open. Let us listen carefully. You are going to see the picture of Anna from Jahe.
Marginalized clearly, and it's evident.
If Southeast claims marginalization, then go back to 1960.
Not about the presidency. Not about
go
the
back to 1960.
No, you brought it to the level of presidency.
I think
if you talk about presidency, Southeast is clearly marginalized.
Now, allow me
you said something that is not correct.
It's not correct.
Anyhow you look at it.
Okay, so I should. Okay, go ahead.
No, you talk, but you can go ahead.
So if you allow me to talk, I am saying to you, go back to 1966 and see whether the Nigerian nation has healed from what obviously started from the Southeast. So, please, we should not.
Of course, just didn't start from the South. It started from the Wild West.
You see another lie. You see this man now, an Afonja, he dragged the whole matter into 1966, and he just went directly and began to blame the Southeast, begin to blame the Biafran for the civil war. He said that is where the old. You see how he just cut it short. But that man in that studio could not have it. The man challenged him and said, even the man began to teach him history that he had decided to keep aside. I want you to pay attention, and this is the game they have been playing over and over. They will come and tell you, Ojukwu caused war, Ojukwu formed war, the Igbos, because they killed Tafawa Balewa. That is why there is a problem. Tafawa Balewa was killed, but you forgot that they fought a counter coup. In that counter coup, thousands of officers from Biafra land were murdered. Thousands of officers. They took their life. Our General Effiong explained how he escaped. that it is about all the Biafra. It is not about the Igbo. He narrowly escaped from Lagos and ran home. And look at this man. When he wanted to explain now, he dragged them back and he began to blame the Biafrans for what transpired. And I thank God that today somebody can open his mouth and challenge him and say, the story you are telling is the wrong story. And look at how his eye is. You see the repeat. And this is what they are doing in all their media houses. This is what they do. And the younger ones that are growing up will take this. They will take this message. They will take the story and begin to run with it as if it's the truth. Because nobody is challenging them. You can't challenge them in Channel Television. You can't challenge anybody in Arise Television. In NTA, they will push these lies and it will continue to go. Nobody to stand against it. But I thank God that today, at least there's something balanced. Somebody is coming up to step up and correct some idiocy on that very place. Let us listen to what this Afonja is saying.
To you. Go back to 1966 and see whether the Nigerian nation has healed from what obviously started from the southeast. So, please, we should not.
Of course, just didn't start from the south. It started from the Wild West. If you claim to be a historian, you should know that it started from the Wild West.
Exactly. It didn't start from the southeast.
It didn't start from the southeast. And if you want to talk about the January 15 coup, it was not the world. We could have had a preponderance of officers from the southeast. We had Hausas and Yorubas involved in that same coup. Okay. It's out there in the open.
And so many people.
So it wasn't a southeast.
Excuse me. So many people were killed. So many Igbos were killed. Like people in the southwest. Look, I am not interested in your slant. I am just making the point. Either you take it or you don't take it. There are other parts of Nigeria that are also feeling marginalized as we speak now.
And these people have not spoken out. Southeast is clearly speaking out.
No, they've spoken out. Go to Northeast. Then that means you are not listening. You are not prepared to listen. Now, but you asked a very charming question. What? You asked him, and I want to provide an answer.
Yes.
What is the root cause for what we have? We are different. We don't see Nigeria as an entity that we all can be patriotic into. We are different tribes, we are different tongues. Mm-hmm. And the only way to get equity and justice is to raise our hand and say, this contraption cannot continue.
So in a nutshell, you're saying that those people should be allowed to go. Is that what you're saying, Mr. King?
No.
Because you said we have different ethnic groups in this country, and the country is not really what it should be.
Okay, except that if you want to go...
So are you of the opinion that when people raise hand, they should go?
I do not have any problem with you going. It's the manner that you choose to want to go. There are legitimate ways to want to go. I don't have any problems with the Biafran saying that they want the Biafran state. Go and do your referendum. Come back. Tell us.
How can they do referendum when the state doesn't allow referendum?
Wait now. She asked the question and I'm answering the question.
Mr. Aki, you gave a wrong answer.
My point, no, it's not in your place to say I've given a wrong answer.
No, you can't say South is going to conduct a referendum where the Nigerian state doesn't allow referendum. Okay. It's clearly a wrong answer.
Is the Southwest not asking that they want to go? You didn't hear that?
So did you ask them to go and conduct a referendum?
Yes, I did.
How would they conduct
asking people to conduct a referendum is a solution,
no.
Because what you then need to say, and I'm sure he will get there, is that
you are not allowing me.
Because we can conduct referendums.
The way I see this,
you can't conduct referendum until the state says we can conduct.
You are different.
But now let's bring it to the table again,
from me.
Mr. Akin.
Recognize the fact that you are different from me. When you don't recognize that you are different from me, then there will always be wait now. Then there will always be problem. This happened in 1960 or about 1963 between Nnamdi Azikiwe and Ahmadu Bello.
All right.
We are saying we are not uniform in all ways. And our politics has just been, well, it's going to be my turn, so I take it there. Okay, a particular part of the country will decide that, okay, this is going to be president, that's not going to be president, and all that, and it's going to be turn by turn. We're not going to get development.
All right, then.
So the point I am making is equity, justice, fair play.
All right.
I also slant to the southeast, for instance. If you look at it, how many states do you have in the southeast, even though you are landed? If you go to the
landlord, that's
we are running
you are
out
not
of
landlord.
time.
Yes, we are not landlord.
We are absolutely out of time.
Southeast is not landlord.
This would be a good place to anchor this conversation
Southeast is,
because it's will.
Oh my God. Sometimes when I listen to these people, I don't know, I don't just know what to say or how to go about it. But I thank God that things are changing. I thank God gradually. Biafra is here already. Biafra is here. No matter what they do, Biafra is here. My beloved sister Mary, please. Chukuma, please go on and speak before Mary will come in.
Okay, thank you, my brother, for playing this short clip of video now. It is very obvious concerning what people are debating over there. But one thing gives me courage. Those people were able to encounter that are talking nonsense. That even though his own people are agitating, did they give them opportunity to host a referendum? The man was telling them that Nigeria state will not allow you to hold a referendum. That's number one. Now, number two, he mentioned 1960 something, like it is where the problem started. The man is lying. The problem started in 1914 during the time of amalgamation of Nigeria. That is when the problem started. They slaughtered our people in the northern region in 1940, even when the white people are here. They did nothing till today. Now, at this age of this man in national television, talking this lie, I don't know how we children will look like. Now, the man mentioned another thing again. He mentioned Azikiwe and Awolowo, that they did not align together. Yes, everybody knows that. But what do they do? Should we continue following them in that mistake? The answer is no. We have come to restore back our dignity, and our lost nation is here with us. So, and they are confirming it. They are there discussing that Mazen Dandekano will be an access to Nigeria. I'm telling you, my brother, that is I don't know how good. In fact, from the kingdom come for next 3 years to come, I don't know how that access will look like. That was making like access. All the agitators will that Igbo people, all the Igbo people are against the agitator. You see, when they just go inside their house, smoke finish, they eat all this nonsense they normally eat, they come out on social media talking nonsense. Can they see the Monday sit at home we normally host every week? Are they not seeing it? Are they not the one that complain that we are suffering our economic this and that? Today now the economic affecting the zoo. You see the man you get one thing our leader said, or one of his brokers, say black man, their sense. That is there's a way he describe it. That is he doesn't know how to amend the sense. Because their sense is damaged beyond repair. At this age, all this that is going on in Nigeria today, this young man can come out on television and talk this kind of nonsense. Instead of him to provide solution for his own region, no people that other people are about to go. He said that he's not against anybody going, But why are you angry? If you're not against anybody going, why are you still holding on my brother? And
Very angry, he doesn't want to hear Biafra, but he said he's not against us going.
You see it. Our brothers are still in detention in different places. So you're not angry that you are going. Yes, peaceful, no problem. We will go and let us see. They know that once the Biafran people pull out from Nigeria, there's nothing like Nigeria again. Biafran that are listening to my voice all over the world, you are a great person. You are a diamond, you are a gold, you are a star in the house of Chukwuka Abiyama. Rejoice for who you are. Let me give my sister a platform, making that come in. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that contribution. My beloved sister Mary, it's your turn. Fire on.
Thank you, brother. Thank you very, very much. Oh, Biafra. Let me go first for the topic, my darling. Make case with the sun, my people. My people, they said, my grandmother said, they said, look for the black goats. Where the day is still light. The same thing, the parable goes for this. Your make case with the sun. Make case with Biafrans. Now, when it's still, you can see. My people, this your topic. It really, in short, I hold myself. Oh, I'm telling you the truth. Where I'm sitting, I'm holding myself. You know, this is an example for you. Look for the right time. Look for the white. When the day, look for the black. When the dark, well. Look at when the light is still shining. When the sun is still shining. Not when the sun is going to the ending. When a minute the day can dark, then that time you will run to go and find
the black goat. You
know, it cannot be possible. Another Nigeria can never give you freedom.
Never.
Nowhere in this world you can see a sample. My people, this one speak a lot for these Nigerian government people. Nigeria never give you a good road, never give you any means of life. Is that where they go give you a freedom? Nigeria will never even know what is freedom. They don't even know what is woman being right. They don't even know how woman being, how you can. Nigeria don't know anything. They are dummy. Nigeria, believe me, all of them, they are sick in brain. Look at the confusion between their two Nigerians. Look at, do you think it's right? It's confusion. They don't even know what they are saying. In the channel television, we know they are the one who have television. Both channel television, both NTA, both Yoruba people. So they can mess themselves up in the public. How can you come out in the front of the whole world, mess yourself up, see they talk a word? How can you remove that stupid, useless, that man, sorry to make this word, that confusion man, that brainwash man, as they know so much, they go to school so much, they can speak English where they don't even understand. How can you remove ideology from somebody's life? How can you remove my own land, what is happening to my land in history? How can you remove it that? Unless I go to long sleep. And even if I go to long sleep, I must tell my children.
Absolutely.
I must tell my generation. That is what our mothers was doing it in Biafra genocide. They tell us, and we see how everywhere now growing, and they are still performing the same kind of that route where they started.
The same attitude, the same thing exactly. Is
it not painful?
No change.
How can this man say they should make case our leader will come out, and when he come out, then he will be a contact with Nigeria.
Access
and from there they go come. You mean our leader go say person where they cry for Biafra to declare? Oh, Nigeria, you're so stupid. Our leader was crying who to come out and help him, so that whosoever can declare Biafra should come out. And our leader now, they kidnap him. You see nothing about that. You don't even think out of nearly in 4 years now. You don't have anything. You keep him there. Just because of he said Biafra must declare. We must go. We need our freedom under must, by force, by power. You kidnap him. Just a word. And you never bring him out. You don't even want to know. And you're dying in that name where they destroy humanity life. And the next thing, see how these people wicked. See how these people, that is you see these people call that waste. You see these people where they are so demonic. And that is why they will continue to buy. That is why they will continue. Fulani will continue to buy them. And them they say, now Biafra be their problem. The one are doing it in genocide. It's not okay for them. Oh. They are still doing it. Hey, God of Nazareth. You know, these people, this man, how can you say, if they release our leader, then they go get contact with Sioux government, and from there, they go come kidnap our PM, put them in jail. When our leader say anyone Biafra to declare, our HRA condo our PM, he don't declare Biafra. We get ID card. Waiting our leader was crying for. We know who we are, our 40 state of Biafran nation. We have our own data because of Maasi Simon. Is that corruption? Is it to you to know who you are? To you to know, say, yes, I'm a freeborn of Biafra. And is the international world know about it? You printed the card where they say, our ID card. I mean, what European people are doing, they no kidnap him, they no saying they bring corruption. I mean, these people are so wicked. And now you see, he wants, after our leader come out, he go press and make him deny Biafra with all those things. And they ask him, if you leave these people now, what about the main people where they fall on? They no fit talk. Now there where confusion come in. Can you imagine? This one come out, he won't bring Biafra for that Biafra is the problem. You don't even see about North. These people don't even think about the North where live their villages before they come to our land to come destroy us. These people don't even talk about that in Yoruba land. There is all their bushes, there is head everywhere.
Of course.
Woman being, then they call woman being head like this, they work out, they manipulate everywhere. These people not see that one. Only Biafra where they say we no be a killers. We are not people where they destroy humanity. That is their problem. Biafra, wake up, oh. As my brother said, make case with the sun. Run now, very, very fast. If you don't have your ID card, because these people don't mean any good in humanity. They are not talking about where you don't have light, oh. They not talk about where there is no any company, they cannot produce anything in Nigeria. To just young one, only 419. Now these people know how to train children. Only jobless people. Look at 2 days ago, how the wicked no fuel, they pour tanker everywhere. What about they don't even care for these people's life? They forget a Fulani can just drop matches there, all of them go die, finish. Why they not say, oh God, Nigeria, oh God, my people, if you see this, you will be so provoked that these people don't want to hear Biafran name. They just want to use us as a milk money printer of Nigeria. This is what these people need. And they are so lazy, lack of brain, lack of maturity. This is what these people are. Nigerian so government. Fulani don't change all their, in short, they are not changed because they was like that from ever. They are betrayal forever. They will never change. How can you say we should reject Biafran, kidnap our leader, finish, you won't come kidnap each other, no come now? Now so now brain go they destroy because it's a big confusion coming into them. I'm telling you. After he said now Biafra cause a problem. That man direct him and he revised back. Where after that man explained to him, the table turn. He revised. Oh, another woman, they can separate. They can do this. You know that one. Why you don't say it before time? You want to, you want to bring forth. He want to still claim, say now we be the problem, but we are the one feeding you. Biafra is the one feeding North. Biafra is the one feeding even West, called Yoruba land. How many good house where Yoruba they built? How many good business where Yoruba they do? Tell me. Just ask me. Ask yourself. All of them living on top of water. What? It's only the rich man living in the good way. Those evil rich people. That is the only people where they steal Nigerians, so-called my oil, my land, my own land, my precious land, Biafra land. They steal from there. They make their life much, much better. But we are dying in different kind of sickness. This man would not say that, oh. This man did not ask what Nigerian Sioux government is doing in our land where there is no fight, just to say we cannot continue with this kind of slave mentality. We cannot continue to be a blind eye turned back to our own land. We can never. It's not what our parents tell us. It's not even the God of the land crying for. The people, the mothers and the father, they are crying for judgment. If you don't know, we are not joking. They are crying for judgment, and we are ready to give the judgment. We don't care who you are. So now don't come here to bring, takias. These takias where they talk about, this is what these people have been doing. Exactly. This brainwash, Yoruba, this brainwash. Obasanjo is there, they cannot call his name. Obasanjo, where genocide children, even stop history for school. Obasanjo did not want people to get even answered. This cell phone, Obasanjo did not want it, so that they will not open his corruption. Fulani don't have brain reach that way. Britain engineer them, tell them, say this is what you have to do. And they kind of hand over to demanding people when not even want civilization. They don't need cow, they don't even need you to breathe. They want you to drink cow piss. And Obasanjo stand with them. The Yoruba no go talk, oh. They are still the rulers of this Nigerian Sioux government. No any of them go. They will just come out like this in the media, trying to 24th century. They still bring that brainwash. Yoruba is not working anymore. Britain is not working anymore. You hear me? Our leader don't talk am. Ichade Kondo don't said it. Yoruba know Ichade Kondo well. They said it. That is why they made the most painful thing in their life. Yoruba, Obasanjo said, Nigeria made the biggest mistake why they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu. Say our leader, Ichade Kondo, my Ichade Kondo, is even worse than our leader. Yes, I accept it. And I'm so happy he did that. Yes, that is how life to be, how you to take your freedom. I'm happy. When he talk and he perfect it with the action, that is what the freedom is. That is why they are crying. Our leader don't give all the awareness. He don't wake up us. Our Ichade Kondo, our prime minister don't come make awareness, wake up us. He's not working. They don't want to listen. Or do you want him still? They call, they are hungry. They shout. Some people go say, how do you want to fight with people with no gun? You want to kill people. You want to destroy their life. And now we are facing them. What they use it, we use it too. And they don't like it. What do they want? If you don't want it, go and hawk transformer. The biggest transformer, go and hawk it. Nigerian Sioux government. Yes, if you don't know, you cannot want to see Biafra, use stone, wrap all your body, jump into the longest bridge, the longest bridge in Lagos. Jump in there in that water. Hear me? So that it will not even float till you rotting. If you don't want to see Biafrans, because we are moving ahead. 2 December, no man can stop it. And when we declare it, that is mine. God be my, when we declare it, God Almighty be my witness. That is the day our land, because fight for what belongs to you. Now, let me tell you, we are still a little bit. The way they said, declare, that is boundary is there. Even our goddess, even everything like this will stand up and join hand and fight for us. Physically and spiritually. You never see what is coming to you. You never try to cry. You never. Because it's confusion. That stands forever. It will never change till we leave. That is why you see them confusion themselves. You go front, you go back. Our leader, Ichade Kondobo, Kibidi destroy. Ichade Kondobo, Kimo, Ibi the end. Usman Danfolio, legacy. And he's doing that very good. Hello. Who you more? Yeah. No.
I think our sister has a sister. So, my fellow Biafrans that are watching, anywhere you are watching us from, I urge you in the name of Chukwu Biafra to pay attention to what is happening. Pay attention. And I want you to understand that it is always good for you to know whom you are, know where you are coming from, and always be focused. Do not get distracted. The battle has just started and we are going to win the battle. Go on, my beloved sister.
Thank you, my brother. Please, Biafra, I'm so sorry. Someone was at the door.
It's okay.
You know, so yes, Biafra, please. You know, we've been confusing for a long time. Not person like Mario, because I know never Nigeria never be a land. You can't live in darkness. You can't live for where you cannot see, good water to drink. You can't live for where you don't see roads. This is modern life, for goodness sake. You can't live for where there is no hospital. You can't live for where you are a woman being. You will check yourself so that you will live long. You can't live for where they don't want you to live. Even upon that, you don't have anything. They are still killing you. You are still destroying your life. You can never be in that kind of place. Mothers, just imagine children where they pass Mediterranean Sea. Just imagine these children where then they sit because of they need just green pastures. They just need how their life to become things in world. That cause Nigeria cause it. And they are not ashamed. They are not ashamed. When they are in somewhere crying and they will say Nigeria rich, oh, Nigeria has money, oh, Nigeria. Where Nigeria money come from? Na my land, na Biafra land. Na my Biafra land, na money come from. And they don't use it to make woman being useful. How do you stand with this kind of people? They will see light. They say not darkness. How can you stand with these people? They see truth. They say they don't have peace. They don't know what is wisdom. How can of this kind of people give you wisdom? How can this kind of people who do not have, rest in their heart? How can they give you that thing you're looking for? No way. It's only Biafra can do that. It's only Biafra, because all of them from A to Z. When once you are in Nigerian government politician, it doesn't matter who you are, your hand is stained. And you can never see light. What you will only reason is only dark. Thinking that is the best thing. You can never stand, say, oh, this is not good, it can't be. Even your own way they see they go worship God, they can't even not tell you. Why? Biafra is going to destroy it, oh. We are destroying it. We can't take it anymore. And when Chade Kondo said, that is it, they are provoked. Yoruba is coming out from that their darkness and confusion head. He said he's destroying Bushman Danfodio. He said we ending their legacy. He said that then they will never exist anymore. He said that he see and he saw that Nigeria is never be a place of human being to live. And we are going to destroy it. Who going to destroy it? Me and you. Destroying Nigeria, take our land by force, by power. This 2 December. Because they are so wicked. They only prevail their life and their children. Upon that, they are not healthy. Upon that, they are not living healthy with the money you have. You look like yellow banana. That is, you're sick. You're sick. Hospital cannot save you. You know you're a dying people. A dying politician. Upon all your money you have, you a black man with the money is supposed to be brown, supposed to be shining. But your own, you look like, yellow things where don't get sickness inside, fruit, where no they better, where no they good. That is what you people are. And we said we cannot anymore. We can never. Britain, listen very good. 2 December, politician, Nigerian government and agent of evil, Fulani in uniform in our land. We don't need you people. We don't need you people. We open our ear, warn you. We don't need you people. Our land don't reject you guys. If you don't know, as you they come, now so you go to go. As you they come, now so they go to carry you for back. As you they come, now so till all of you people will vanish. And the ones where they send you people will turn back, they sick. No any of them will get peace of mind. And so shall he be. He say. Iba awo no mokele busi omo. Because mo fe do tai dio. Nítorí ka mimbo eba ku for. Make this 30 days as ko to ini. Akwenge. A vote will continue. Make obodo. Eda ye government in Elza ye mufo so yanyen. Eda ye soldier nyen because soldier nyen so no Nigeria bomba to bomba. And you know so desperate they cannot see what is going on in the north, in the South Kaduna, in Samfara, in Benue, name it, in Yoruba land, especially that Yoruba land, they are killing them like fowl. They cannot see it. But they focus for Biafran. Our government don't make our land be peace. They know they shout again, say, Biafra is killing themselves. Oh, they know that one. You not hear again before. Do you hear again in media? Where the Nigerian government, they say Biafra is killing themselves. There is that. And now they are crying because there is no way to them to go to our land and continue destroy our mother, continue raping our children. That is make their pain to put fear in our heart so that we could continue the answer Nigeria. Shame on shame, waka shege. Nigerian government. You know rich. Now we defeat you and we won't remove that film bottle for your mouth. Make you go they drink your peace. Thank you very much. Love your soldiers. Please care for your life. Your freedom is Biafran, not Nigeria. Yes. Nigeria don't have freedom. Here in Europe, ask. They don't know what is freedom. No matter what you see how they live. They don't know. It's only few. They know what is how people to be free. They don't even like themselves. How they will like you? They don't like themselves. How they will like you? It's only few. They transfer that thing to us and we say, no, we don't need it. And we don't, Biafran before, we don't know what is hatred. We don't know that they can hate humanity. Now here, no say, waiting then they call discrimination. And now no say, oh, that is why Nigerian government is doing to us. Britain transfer it to Fulani and destroy us. They discriminate Biafran. Who does that? Now Europe here, because they do that. They don't know. You, Biafra, have to show them how humanity to live. What they know is this brain to calculate, make everything move. Everything I calculate, everything there for government hand. Even your own life, anything where you do, is calculation. Is in there. They say do, you do, you don't do, you don't do. You have no right to do on your own. But my Biafra land, you have a right to get all your freedom. What they call freedom. But here, you don't have it. It belongs to government. Life of Europe belongs to government. But our own will be different. We will have free, and we have our government who know what is a humanity. That is what we are fighting for.
Yeah.
Thank you, my people. Please love your soldiers. Make sure they are your honor. In short, for now, they protect you. It's like they have your life. Absolutely. Because God passed through human being to help you. Without God pass through them, your life will don't vanish now, if you don't know. Without God pass through Italy condo where they won't kidnap now. You for no exist. They kidnap our leader. Since everything go die down, make them forfeit our land for jihad. But it not happen. They must crazy now. They must go north. That is what they are doing. And we must tell them we are going north more than them. Because by you destroying my land, you must tell them that. Thank you, my people. See you. Please, I will be out because, I'm already someone is waiting for me. Thank you for this opportunity, Biafrans. See you guys then. Thank you. I will see you guys next.
For your support, I appreciate it for that amazing contribution. Stay safe. May Chukwu come and protect you. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So, my fellow Biafrans that are watching any place you are watching this program from, for those of you who watch our Prime Minister Twitter space yesterday, I believe you learned one or two things. One of the things that you have to learn that It is no longer a time to beg you to support Biafra or to beg you to stand here or stand there. Our Prime Minister took time yesterday to explain deep, deep things that you do not know. That is why I tell you, some of you in this talk, some of us today, do not know how deep the Prime Minister have gone with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu within a short space of time. And that was why initially I say, when you see somebody that have an insight in something more than you, it doesn't matter your age, it doesn't matter your difference, it doesn't matter how wealthy you are. If you see somebody that have experience in something, has insight in something more than you, calm down and learn. That is the best way to be successful in anything. Keep your ego aside. Keep your pride, envy, and jealousy aside. If you want to succeed, you can borrow leave even from your enemy. If you are smart, you can even learn from your enemy. If you are smart, you can borrow leave from your enemy and outsmart him or her. But an idiotic person will not even have that patience to pay attention. Yesterday, during our Prime Minister broadcast, he explained a lot of things. And the beauty of the restoration of Biafra in 2024 under the Biafran government, on the leadership of our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra, everything is in the public. Everything is in the public. Yesterday, our Prime Minister explained a lot of things, more especially on the success of Biafra today, on the lobby group of Biafra. I have played a video on my program. The video is not closed now. I have played a video where the members of the IPOB in their meeting were talking of how they spent $750,000. They call it, there's a term they use it. They didn't even call it lobbying. They say, they say they employ the service of whoever to there's a language they use, not even a lobbying group they use. There's a language they use. That they paid $750,000 for someone to be doing that job for them. There's language, when I remember the language, I will use that language that they use. They didn't use the language lobbying. I played that very broadcast on this very platform. And yesterday, our Prime Minister was able to break down for us how they were paying $80,000 every month for lobbying. For that very group they called it, they didn't, in that program, they didn't call it lobbying. There's a language they use. I'm going to remember it. When I remember the language they use, I will say it. They were paying $80,000 every month. Later, it was reduced to $60,000. When people begin to ask questions, this is the money they were taking. And this money was not paid to. We don't know the actual people who were involved in this. Until yesterday, when our Prime Minister began to mention names of people who were involved in taking this money, who they gave it to and how it was used. Nobody, they didn't give an account to anybody. And they have kept this information secret among themselves. Only yesterday, our Prime Minister was able to mention, I think he mentioned Obuefi or whatever. Just the same way they were hiding the person they call their spokesperson, that Nigerian government is still today talking about and listening to. A man who is somewhere repairing phone, a man who cannot even feed himself, who does not have any qualification, that is the person they are using as their spokesperson. A man who does not have identity. Somebody that you can call for an interview now, he can't even come out to defend. But when he is under the keyboard, he can type anything. When he's on audio, he can say anything. These are the idiotic system that these criminals have been running before our Prime Minister came on board. That very thing they were paying $80,000 without a result. Today, the legal lobbying firm that you and I know. A lobbying firm known to every one of us that you can verify, you know their name, you know the people who are involved. In Washington, D.C., our Prime Minister announced yesterday that that same lobbying firm, lobbying they went for, today, the government of Biafra is paying $10,000 per month. Do you see the difference? From $80,000 per month today, the government of Biafra is paying $10,000 every month for the lobby. Can you compare it? Do you know how many, the amount this were wasted? And yesterday, our Prime Minister was given a clue. More than $5 million was wasted by these criminals. More than $5 million was wasted on frivolities, on nothing. They were just sharing the money among themselves, using it for business or something. And once Mazen Nandeka was kidnapped, it was a jackpot for them. After the kidnapping of Mazen Nandeka, they stole every single thing. Anyone that has anyone in his possession, hold it strong. And the battle became about the money because that is where all their focus was. They were never ever there fighting for Biafra. It became clear. After the kidnapping of Mazen Nandeka, it became very clear that none of them was fighting for Biafra. How can you relate to them? How can you begin to relate $80,000 every month with that result and $10,000 with massive result? As we speak today, Biafra is still doing exploit. And as we speak, our COS is in South Korea as we speak, making diplomatic moves for Biafra, attending functions on behalf of Biafra government in South Korea. These are things that were not possible in those days. All you were seeing, even when you hear about all these their IPOB mushroom meetings, there were no accountability, and most of them where they were had no place of meeting. But today, we have liaison offices across the world. Liaison offices registered. They submitted the registration and recognition letter to every government where they belong. And we have places, institutions where you can say this is where the office is. Across all the countries where we have liaison offices, there are standing offices where you can go and verify, ask questions, and make contributions. In this era, in 2024 September, if you are still dancing around and claiming to be confused, shame on you. It doesn't matter what you think or what you do. The restoration of Biafra is happening before your own very eyes. The 30 days lockdown, today is the 22nd day of that lockdown. And I bet you, the Zoological Republic is receiving woto, right, left, and center. And they will continue to receive woto until Biafra finally exits the zoo. Now, let's see the update that is coming from the COS in South Korea. Let us see the update that is coming from the COS in South Korea. Because our duty here is to bring information to your doorstep. You will not going to miss anything. This is our COS in South Korea. This is the COS in South Korea. Posted by our Prime Minister 1 hour ago. And it says, breaking, the moment the Biafran Chief of Staff were ushered into the ongoing World Peace Summit in South Korea, today, 18/9/2024, representing Biafran government. This is how a government functions. When something happens, it will be shown to you in black and white. There is nothing to hide. Every single event that is happening, you will be seeing it. This was posted by the Prime Minister 1 hour ago. You can see the COS there, attending the World Peace Summit, representing the Biafra Republic government in exile, Biafran government. This is update coming from our Prime Minister. And we go further on. That is the COS in the event. That is the COS. You can see her there, attending the event on behalf of Biafran government. Breaking. Update from the World Peace Summit today, 18/9/2024 in South Korea, as the Biafran Chief of Staff, gallantly representing the Biafran government. That is the Chief of Staff, Dr. Ngozi Orebweze. That is the person you are seeing there, representing the Biafran government. It is not just coming online to talk and make noise. This is our COS. That is the update coming. And let us read what this one says. He says, the Biafran COS, Dr. Ngozi Orebweze, representing Biafran government, led by the peace ambassador, he, Simon Ekpa, at the 10th anniversary of the September 18th World Peace Summit in South Korea. This event at the Peace Museum focuses on creating world peace, community thorough regional coordination, HWPL, proposed the enactment of international law for the cessation of wars and world peace. This was where our Prime Minister was honored as the ambassador of peace. This is where he was. That is our COS there. Biafra COS in that very summit representing Biafra. This is our COS in South Korea representing the Biafran people. That is COS. That is our COS representing the Biafran people. Everything is done in the open. Nothing is hidden from the Biafran people. Nothing is done on the ground. It is see me, I see you. What you see is what you get. My fellow Biafrans, wherever you are as a Biafran, do not be deceived. If you are deceived, it is up to you. You allowed it, and you have to face the consequence of allowing yourself to be deceived. Before we end the program today, I would like to play another video. Listen to this video I'm about to play. You are going to learn a lot from it. It is going to speak volume. Pay attention to the video I'm about to play now. It is going to speak volume. Pay attention. It is one of the same platform that did the other program. That's the same platform that I see here, but I'm going to play this program. Let's just listen to another discussion they have on their studio. As I told you, anytime Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court, you will begin to see different narratives that are being created in the Zoom. And our duty here is to bring them up, respond to those who can respond, and let the Biafrans know what is going on in this Zoom. Let us hear what they have to say on this program.
Nnamdi Kanu's issue and that of Sunday Igboho. Help me understand a possible difference that would make one, one is let off the hook and the other.
Yeah, asking the difference between.
Well, the thing is, if I look at the issue of Nnamdi Kanu and Sunday Igboho,
in comparison,
they have, to my mind, more similarities than differences. In the sense that, let us look at the major thing that Sunday Igboho is asking for. Sunday Igboho is asking for a Yoruba nation, which is a secession of the people of Yoruba origin and culture from the corporate existence of Nigeria. What is Nnamdi Kanu asking for? Nnamdi Kanu is asking for restoration of Biafra, which is an extraction of the Igbo corporate existence from Nigeria as it is presently constituted.
This is a lie. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not asking for the extraction of Igbos. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for the old southeastern region, which is today present south-south, southeast, lower Benue, and lower Kogi. They have always tried to paint the issue of Biafra to be Igbos. It is not Igbo. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never at any point in time asked for Igbo nation. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has never ever at any point in time requested for Igbo nation. All he has been requesting for is Biafra, the old southeastern region, which comprises the present south-south, southeast, lower Benue, lower Kogi. But when they come to their platform, they continue to paint this wrong narrative that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is asking for Igbo nation. That is not what he's asking for. So when you are making your instances of the differences, be very sure of what you're talking about, because
similarity,
not
right?
true.
Now, if you look at it,
to listen to that properly and see the correction, that man is just telling a lie.
And differences in the sense that, let us look at the major thing that Sunday Igboho is asking for. Sunday Igboho is asking for a Yoruba nation, which is a secession of the people of Yoruba origin and culture from the corporate existence of Nigeria. What is Nnamdi Kanu asking for? Nnamdi Kanu is asking for restoration of Biafra, which is an extraction of the Igbo corporate existence from Nigeria as it is presently constituted. That
restoration of Biafra, not
right?
only Igbos.
Now, if you look at it from that perspective, which is the kind of like the biggest crime. If you accuse, for instance, if you accuse you, let us just, see it as a sane issue. Let us just, see it as a sane country, right? So if that statement is anything to go by, you see that firearms has been displayed against Sunday Igboho. So that's why I said that there are more similarities than differences. So you now imagine that, and that is one of the things I felt that the president should have tried to address, especially because of the kind of support that the Igbo clan has tried to show during this.
So why would one be let off the hook and the other is still in detention? Was it as a result of a clamor by fellow kinsmen or lack of that?
Well, the thing is, I think it is largely based on interest. I think it is based on the interest right now. No, the interest of the Nigerian government itself. I think, for instance, if I see you as a greater threat than her, then I may want to consider that, okay, should I release her and still leave you or still watch you? Then another thing is, sorry, this is very important. If you look at, you can't erase the kind of like advocacy that is being brought forward by the key leaders in the Southeast. For instance, when the election was being held, right, election is a kind of like a give and take exercise, a quid pro quo kind of thing. So what was the negotiation of leaders of the Southeast? What was the commitment that they were deriving from the candidate of the APC and PDP at that time? So if not much advocacy is being done for him, for instance, the Sunday Igboho issue, you see Yoruba traditional rulers, monarchs, even politicians, professors that are kind of like advocating for him that, oh, the injustice that was meted out, the kind of like enthusiasm, nepotism that was meted out during the Buhari administration was what led this guy that naturally, if you are not a bastard, if you see your people being killed and you see something that you can do to save your people, there's no way you can just fold your arms and see your ancestral ambition.
That is why
you won't compare the kind of like advocacy that helped Sunday Igboho. You won't compare it to that of Nnamdi Kanu. And I must say something. That Sunday Igboho appears to be a little bit, he knows how to play a little bit of hide and seek than Nnamdi Kanu. That is one thing I discovered.
Okay.
Yes. Now, Sunday Igboho, he knows that some of these Yoruba leaders are complicit in some of the things that are happening. But when he goes to their palace, he will still prostrate You know, he did not detach himself from the leadership culture, one. Then the leadership class. He didn't detach himself from them. He would say, oh, Baba mi Ladoja, Baba mi Oba Kinikon, which means that my father Ladoja, my father the king of something. So he didn't detach himself from that existing political class. But if you look at that of Nnamdi Kanu, he sometimes detach himself from the existing political. For instance, one of the things you can do to get the wrath of Nigerian politicians is if you begin to talk about politics and act politically in such a way that it doesn't favor them. For instance, if you are saying there will be no election, you begin to kind of like go into their battle because to them, election is an oxygen in nostrils. Power is something that they don't joke with. But on the part of Sunday Igboho, he didn't detach himself from that existing political class, and that is what led some of them to kind of like advocate for him, and that's what I think Nnamdi Kanu is somehow like.
Barrister Adams. 1 minute. Barrister Adams, let me come to you on this. In your intro, you said something about, you always made reference to extradition of Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya. As a legal practitioner, I want you to make sense of it to Nigerians. What is the difference between extradition and rendition? Because from my layman's knowledge, I think there are two different things.
Thank you. Now, extradition is one, when you have a synergy between two countries, first of all, like Kenya and Nigeria should have, a pact or treaty that if a criminal from Kenya enters Nigeria and we, the Kenya people, need that particular criminal and face trial in Kenya, that we will contact your government. You understand the point now? Following your local laws here, perfect it, and take that particular person, down to Kenya for us. Extraordinary rendition is this. You didn't follow those protocols. Okay. You didn't, contact the AG of the Federation of Kenya. You did not even contact maybe the DSS of that particular country. Then you now entered that Kenya with mercenaries to now begin to track that criminal, Nigerian criminal as we call him. Then you got him somewhere and abducted him, just like kidnapping.
Okay.
That was why you see in the Umaru Diko affair, what happened was this. The British government, if they had a pact in Nigeria or treaty with Nigeria for repatriation of criminals, etc., extraditing criminals between both countries, what would have happened is that Umaru Diko wouldn't have been put in a crate and brought to Nigeria. What would have happened is that the British government would have, worked in synergy with Nigeria, track Umaru Diko with their police, whatever, and bring him down to Nigeria here.
So that's what I wanted us to establish, so that people out there will understand that Nnamdi Kanu was not extradited, that he was rendition, which is an illegality. Which is an illegality. And the courts in Nigeria have said
so, because they didn't follow that particular procedure.
That said, I also like to, as a lawyer, I want you to tell Nigerians, is it proper for Nnamdi Kanu to be in the custody of the DSS, or should he be remanded in a correctional facility?
Good. That's a very wonderful question. Now, do you know that the Nigerian state for which we belong, there's what we call the Constitution of Nigeria. Lawyers refer to the Constitution as the font et origo, that is the source and origin of all our happenings and laws that we have today.
The ground norm.
The ground norm. Now, the moment a suspect is brought before the court make pronouncement and say, let this man be in custody. The court has to make that pronouncement, say, prison custody, or let him remain at the police custody. But it's very rare in situations where I've seen in practice, where courts will say the man or the suspect be remanded in the custody of his accusers. It's very rare. I've never seen that for a very wide period of time. But it does happen. I'm not saying it does not happen. But the normal thing, is that Nnamdi Kanu, in my own and legal take, would have been in the correctional center. And we have been wondering, and we hope that this hazard will be cured by the lower court that is about to begin the trial. Because Justice Binta Yanku, that was trying this particular matter, the lawyers will now raise this particular point, that you cannot submit and surrender the suspect to his accusers. Rather, the suspect, the court, having made this pronouncement a proclamation that the proper place that he should be kept in custody and cared for is the correctional center. For instance, in the correctional center, he has access to his family, he has access to his lawyers, he has access to the kind of food he wants to eat, he has access to interact with other prisoners, the people in the custody, whatever the case may be. He also has access to good medical care that is, verifiable.
So why is this still kept at DSS?
That is what I wanted to know.
That is the problem.
Barrister Asim, first you have established that it was a extraordinary rendition to Nigeria, which is an illegality.
Yes.
Now, the DSS is also keeping him against the orders of the court.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. That is what we are saying. If you listen to my
which is another illegality. On top of an illegality.
If you listen to my opening statement, I said that I believe and I hope that this court, the lower court, that the matter has been referred for, trial, if they begin that particular trial, that particular judge will make an order immediately that we call consequential order and say, look, if I will start this matter, please, this man should be taken to custody in the correctional center for him to have proper care. At the DSS, a gulag that he is, he does not have access to his lawyers. Under international conventions of people's detained, people's rights, both the United Nations and African Charter, of which Nigeria is a treaty and signatory to that particular treaty, that all prisoners, all people that are remanded, what needs to be done is that they should be treated with care. They should be treated as if they are human beings. The only thing denied them is freedom of movement, as the case may be. So that detention at the gulag of the DSS is an illegal one for me.
So, Barrister Asim, one last thing before we'll move on. Okay. Do you see Nnamdi Kanu as a criminal or as a political prisoner?
Nnamdi Kanu, in my own, take, is not a criminal. Nnamdi Kanu is not a criminal, I repeat. Nnamdi Kanu is exercising and expressing his rights. Our constitution, even though I know that under section 2 sub 3 says that Nigeria should become an indissoluble and indissoluble entity, for me, I don't understand what that means. You can't force people to come together. But since it is there and it has not been tinkered with or maybe amended, as case may be, it becomes the law. But it does not preclude me from having my expression. For instance, section 39, 40, etc. as case may be, I have the right, the freedom of expression. Under section 35, 26, liberty, etc. as case may be. Then to add, like I normally say, Maggi in the soup, you now have, the conventions, treaties that Nigeria entered into by virtue of our constitution. They signed those treaties on human and people's rights to assert and say, we want to be like this. We want this to be. I don't think I want to be part of this country. I believe that the Biafran nation should be. Let it be carved out. Can a referendum be done? And which he has been clamoring for. He has said, IPOB has said, we are not using force. It is a referendum that we are asking for. And who are those who conduct the referendum? They said the referendum is not in our constitution. But I find an aberration and sickening that we don't have a referendum, but under section 68, down the constitution of Nigeria, you have a referendum to recall a senator, you have a referendum to recall a House of Reps member, you have a referendum to recall a House of Assembly member of your state if they are not performing well. Why is there no clause or section that calls for referendum that Nigerians can sit down peacefully, civilly, and ask the National Assembly to say, do a referendum so that we can decide the Yoruba nation, the Bohos of this world can go their way peacefully, the Biafrans of this world can go their way peacefully, the Edo people of this world can go their own way peacefully. But I have found out, treading back to what and the issues you raised, why there was differences in release here and there was no release here, it is because of our constitution, which was intentionally mad and cajoled, with landmines and lacunae that people can come in and look at. For instance, let me tell you Section 10 of the Nigerian Constitution, why we're having this problem and why we're saying that Nigeria is not a nation of itself. It's not a nation, an entity. It's a country, like I was described, as a geographical expression, but not a nation state. You understand? We don't have those things. Section 10, Constitution says that Nigeria shall be a secular state, that no state shall prefer or prefer religion. But is that true? It is not true. If it is true, why do we have Sharia? Why is it that Kano House of Assembly that make laws for the governance of the state through Sharia government? Why do we have Sharia courts that do what? Do what now? Are they not going to determine issues of offenses, criminal etc. in the Sharia courts of law and justice? And you say that is a country of one nation? No. Why do we have in the northern part the Criminal Procedure Code? And in the southern part, we have Criminal Procedure Act. And let me tell you, Nigerians today, that the reason why a man like Wadume, a terrorist, a kidnapper, and a man that was adjudged by court to be a killer, even killing policemen on uniform, army men on uniform, was taken to court, sentenced, and within 2 days, he's out of whatever I say, he has served his sentence. Today is a chief in his place because the Criminal Procedure Code of the northern part allows that kind of a thing. But in the southern part, where the Criminal Procedure Act, if Wadume were to come from here, what is the difference between himself and that kidnapper Evans that is still in detention, in prison custody today? What is the difference? Is it not what they did? Even as it is, Evans is not even murder or did one or two things. The reason why now the Kano might not get, look at all these things we're talking about, these niceties we're trying to paint situations here. The reason why he might not, be out of prison for a very long time is because of this dichotomy of CPC and CPA. And they are using that to go down, Nnamdi Kanu in detention. And it's so sad for me. Okay. I do not want to go further than that. Let me not eat the whole time. All right. Dr. DG, we also saw the Major General Onyema Nwachukwu writing to ICC and Amnesty International about the happenings of IPOB. And, he was of the opinion that the whole thing that the IPOB team has been committing in the Southeast should be looked into by the international body. Do you think that this is going to, work in...
My fellow Biafrans, this very program is going to be a very long one. I think we're going to continue the program tomorrow. We have spent more than 2 hours here already, and I have other programs to attend. So, my fellow Biafrans, I am still going to share this very information, this very video. I'm going to post the whole video, the entire interview on this very platform in my next program. I'm going to post all of it so that you can be able to watch it on your own, digest everything they are saying, and reason within your own self. Remember, our Prime Minister talked about critical thinking. Each time you listen to these media people, think within yourself and make suggestions within yourself and get answers for yourself. A lot of deception are out there, and we cannot continue to buy into their lies, blackmail, and propaganda. It is time for us to rise up and pursue the truth, follow it, and hold on to it. So I appreciate everyone that have been part of this program from the beginning to the end. I pray that Chukwu Okike Abiam will continue to guide us, protect us, secure us, give us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to be an overcomer. Thank you so much for being part of this program. May Chukwu Okike Abiam guide and protect every one of you that have been part of this program from the beginning to the end. May Chukwu Okike Abiam guide and protect our Liberation Army, the resistance fighters, the Black Marine, all the forces that are fighting for Biafra. May Chukwu Okike Abiam guide and protect every single one of them. May Chukwu Okike Abiam guide and protect all the members of the media. May Chukwu Abia and protect all the members of the de facto government in the homeland. May Chukwu Abia and protect every member of Biafran government. May Chukwu Abia and protect our Prime Minister, Mazi Simon Ekpa, the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Biafra. May Chukwu guide him, protect him, secure him, give him more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. No weapon formed or fashioned against him shall prosper. Every pit they dig for him, they will fall into it. Every hole, trap they set for him, they will fall into it. May Chukwu guide and protect our Supreme Leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Give him good health, strength, give him revelations, heal him from all infirmities, strengthen him, and make him available for us at all times. May Chukwu come and secure him and protect him from the hand of the enemy. Even in their territory, may Chukwu come and build a wall of fire around him. They will never have power over him. They will never hurt him. No evil shall befall him. No weapon formed or fashioned against us as Biafrans shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Prime Minister Mazi Simon shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu shall prosper. Thank you so much for being part of this program. I will see you again tomorrow by the special message Kukara. Thank you and stay safe.
Biafra Republic!